How's it going, friends of Outlaw Music? I want to welcome y'all to the next episode of what I like to call Outlaw Stories, where I like to pick one of our honky-tonk heroes, tell a quick story about them. But before I do, if you like these stories, make sure you hit that like and follow so you'll be the first one to get notified when I have new stories and new content. Today's story is going to be about Lynyrd Skynyrd, Part 4. Now, when we left off, Skynyrd had added Artemis Powell, and at this time, they were one of the biggest bands in the world, if not the biggest band in the world. They were having huge success, touring the world and having a great time. In 1975, while on tour in Hamburg, Germany, the boys got into a little too much schnapps. They usually didn't drink that, so it didn't take a whole lot to get to them. Now, when Ronnie got drunk, most of the time he got violent and real mouthy. This time wasn't no different. Ronnie got mad at somebody, started talking shit. He ended up breaking a bottle over the manager's head. He took the broken glass, looked at Gary and said, "Gary, I'm about to cut your damn hands up and you ain't never going to play guitar again." And sure enough, he went at Gary. Slice, cut, slice. Gary was bleeding, Ronnie was bleeding, and Artemis Powell was pissed. He was about the only one of them that was straight-headed, and it took Artemis to break it up. You can see a lot of people that could throw around Ronnie, but this particular night, Artemis had enough, and he broke up the whole fight. Gary never got an apology from Ronnie. The most he got, Ronnie said, "Man, your hands look bad. You probably need to go on home." They played that gig that night, hands all bandaged up, bleeding all over the guitar. You could probably find some pictures of this actual gig with Gary with bandages all over his hands. So, problems with Powell on top of problems. Later that year, May 1975, they had a gig in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ronnie Van Zant got locked up with Ed King's guitar tech. So by the time they got to the gig, there weren't no strings changed. Ed just kind of had to go on and play like that. He popped 2 strings that night. Wasn't a good show at all. On the way back to the hotel, Ronnie talked shit to Ed the whole way, blaming it on him. Ed said, "Man, it ain't my fault. You got locked up with my damn tech." So they kept going back and forth till Ronnie said, "Ed, you know what? You ain't worth a pimp on Alan Collins' ass." Ed said, "Man, maybe you're right." Ed King would quit Lynyrd Skynyrd in the middle of tour, and for now, they were back down to 6 members. But little did they know, it just could be an Okie that might save them again. Stay tuned for the next episode, and always, keep it outlaw.